Hello there, Pisces. Welcome to my channel. Victoria here, Radiant Moon Tarot. This is your love reading for mid-September through to the end of October of 2023. If you're new to my channel, thank you. Hello and welcome to you. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm always grateful for every single one of you. So this reading, thank you very much, is for those of you who are currently in a romantic partnership of some kind, or if it comes up a temporary separation from your person, we will address that. All right. So we've got a number of interesting things going on. If you are seeing this reading by then, the 14th of September, we've got a new moon in Virgo. Followed by the next day, we have Mercury going direct, yay, in the sign of Virgo. So there could be some very interesting communication, talking about the details of your relationship, maybe even making some plans for the future and trying something new. So that can be a great energy. We've got a full moon in Aries on the 29th of September. And this can bring about a little bit of passion, some fiery energy to the mix. And this can really help you in your relationship. All right. But it may bring about a little bit of challenges for that as well, because we do at that same time have Venus clashing with Uranus. So a little bit of rebellious energy, a little bit of fiery energy. For some of you, this might be a great time to start over. But this can also be freeing for you as well. And Uranus does bring about some freedom for us. So this can be really helpful for some of you. But this may be where, because Mercury has an incredibly wonderful aspect to Uranus, and this may be where you might have one very important conversation, a very positive conversation that can represent some sort of turning point for you in your relationship. All right. And then, of course, we do end up with eclipse season in October 14th, 15th. We've got a new moon in Libra. Libra is all about relationships, finding balance and harmony, being honest, open, and truthful, really focusing on communication. And some of you might get really lucky in your love life there. It can be that relationship reset for you, and we can also like detox a little bit there. And then, of course, we've got a full moon eclipse in Taurus at the end of October. So a lot of uncertainty, some surprises, some very emotional energy coming out for you as well, but also resolutions, right? It's where we kind of lighten our load a little bit. And I'm not surprised that this particular card came out. The mending card has come out a number of times already throughout the love readings for October. And again, we've had a challenging summer for a lot of people in regards to love. September is a little bit of a slower energy as well. We've got a lot of planets in retrograde, and retrograde energy is reflect, renew, regroup, revive, sometimes even as well. But we do take a step back a little bit before we move forward. But the mending energy, this can be just about working together with your person. You're coming together, you're resolving issues, you're talking about things, maybe even spending some more time with each other, because some of you have been really busy. And when we're focused on like money, or we've got family things going on, we've got things going on in our workplace, we don't necessarily focus all the time on love, right? We don't always do that. We kind of like, yeah, my person's there, and we just don't really think twice about it, right? So this could be where we do have coming together a little bit more than before. But we also have an energy here with the mending card where if there has been some sort of rift in your relationship, here we are fixing things, right? We're getting back together. We're on the same page. We're talking about things. We have the breathe energy coming in here for you as well. All right. Now, the breathe energy can represent where we have an opportunity to revive something, right? But this is where we kind of take a step back and we contemplate things, right? We breathe it out. So we get more in the flow. We feel calmer about things in this energy. And instead of embracing kind of like explosive energy and impulsive energy, we're taking that calm, cool, peaceful approach to things, right? So you could have a sigh of relief coming up for you in the month ahead. Okay, maybe you resolve some issues. Again, maybe you and your person to spend some more time together or feel like you're more connected. Perhaps here you've got like a chance to sequester yourself from the world. So you might go on a vacation. Maybe you just get like a weekend alone. If you've got kids, you might have someone around that can help you a little bit. And, this can be where you do make space for yourself, your person, your relationship, and this can really help you and get things back on track. All right. But I do feel like the breathe energy, some of you might be trying to make some important decisions in your relationship, and the best way to do that, to make sure that you're making the right decision for yourself, is to take that time to take a step back and to meditate and to contemplate, right? Clear your mind and just connect with your own energy, what feels right to you, what doesn't feel right to you. And this is where you can really feel like you're more connected with your decisions that you're making. So we also do have by the book energy coming in here. And, by the book, we might need to shake things up a little bit. It's time for change. It is card number 11. Ones are about action, initiative. They're also about new beginnings, okay, in some way. All right. And for a new beginning, it can just be a new approach. It can be new ways to communicate with your person. It can be resolve something. So now we've got a breath of fresh air. It can be the next level of your relationship, right? Some of you are deepening your commitments, deepening your bonds. But some of you may actually have a fresh start in your relationship. But when we get by the book energy in reverse, this is really your message that it's time for real change, to make real progress in your relationship, not just superficial. We need to dig deep. We need to get in connection with our heart, with our emotions, with our true desires. What is really going on? We're really digging deep in this energy, okay? And it can only benefit you. All right. So the time of real transformative change is at hand. Now, this can be within your relationship itself. It may be with family members around you. Do you have, people, especially like, in-laws, okay, that are very much overstepping your boundaries? All right. Do you need to reestablish or put in place some very, very, very strong, firm boundaries? And you and your person both get on the same page and both stick to them, right? Because that can bring about positive change. It's not easy, right? Because in-laws quite often think they're doing the right thing, but sometimes it can be a little bit meddlesome, right? Or sometimes they mean to meddle, right? And that's where we can put up the boundaries there too. What do you really want out of a relationship? Are you having money issues with your person right now? Time to get to the heart of the matter. Okay, so you got some deep things that you're going through, but the end result there is progress, real heartfelt change that's going to last, right? It's going to last for a while, all right? But we've got the Ace of Swords coming in here. So yes, there might be some very important conversation that you may have with your person. The aces are gifts from the universe, a gift of clarity, a gift of foresight, a gift of focus. You're talking, the lines of communication are open, and maybe you're finding new ways to communicate with your person as well. This brings you clarity, right? This is like, okay, I'm being honest and truthful. My person's being honest and truthful. And if you are looking for a new start, or if there's just some things you need to talk about, beautiful open energy. The Ace of Swords, we can use the sword to release anything that has been lingering in our relationship, right? We all have things that kind of, the little shadow that hangs over our head, and the Ace of Swords can help you do that. Just cut the cords, and it frees you up to move forward. This also is the sword of fate, the sword of destiny. So there may be something that's going to go on for you. And of course, we do have eclipses coming up, and eclipses bring fated energy quite often, right? So something here is written in the stars for you. Something is meant to happen. Something is meant to unfold for you. And with that Ace of Swords being in the upright, this is something positive for you, okay? But it does require open communication and honesty. But it might be a little bit of a surprise. The Ace of Swords is a big yes energy. Okay, all the aces are yes, 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 yes. Okay, so there might be a question that is asked, or something that's brought up, and the answer there is yes. Okay, can be something very exciting for you. Beautiful. Something that may really, set the stage for your future and where you're headed. All right, but I do think there's something very exciting in the wind for you guys here. Okay. We do have, oh, and by the way, the Ace of Swords is victory and success. It's like, yes, I did it. And we have confidence. We've got passion. We've got excitement. We've got adventure. We've got all sorts of wonderful things opening up here with the Knight of Wands. Okay, so there might be some very important question, right? Do we want to go on vacation? Where are we going in our relationship? You're asking questions, you're getting answers, and then you're taking action. Right? So this is awesome. The Knight of Wands does bring in excitement, passion, chemistry. This is a moving forward energy, by the way, as well with the Knight of Wands, but sometimes we take a step back in order to propel ourselves forward in this. But I do think that there's some excitement in the wind. Some of you might be going on vacation. We've got the Three of Wands here. First, we have a question, then we make some plans, and then the door opens there for us to move forward. So some of you might be traveling, you might be moving in together, or you just might be moving forward in your relationship. So prepare for action, right? First, we make decisions, right? And then we prepare for action and we get going. But for some of you, the question that is asked is, will you marry me? Will you move in with me? You're deepening your commitment. You're deepening your bond. We've got the Hierophant coming up here, which is quite often known as the marriage card. Right? So things are heating up for you in a wonderful way. The Hierophant is also just about taking things up to the next level, right? We ascend in our relationship here. So your communication could be heightening. Your commitment with your person could be heightening, right? Because not everybody is, because the Hierophant is a very traditional energy. Not all of you are wanting a traditional structure within your relationships, right? And with the Knight of Wands kind of facing backwards a little bit there, this can be breaking away from tradition. You're moving forward in your relationship, but you're not conforming to what everybody else does. You're doing what's right for you. You're doing what's right for your relationship. And that might not be what other people think is what you should do. So you're breaking away from the herd, so to speak, right? And again, real changes here. You might actually really do need to put up some very important boundaries there somewhere, right? Because everyone's got an opinion, right? Everyone's got an opinion, and that's just wonderful. You're entitled to your opinion. I don't have to accept your opinion, though, right? So the Hierophant is also one of taking things up a higher level of learning, gaining wisdom and understanding about things. So perhaps you and your person, you're all in a different phase of your relationship, right? Some of you, you're only been together a few months, maybe 3, maybe 5, maybe 6. Okay. Others of you, you've been together for a long time. You might already be married, right? But whatever your situation is, we constantly evolve, and therefore we always learn things about ourselves, and we learn things about our person. So the Hierophant energy can be an energy of higher level learning, right? You're opening up, you're learning things about yourself, your person, and when we gain deeper understanding, when we gain that kind of wisdom and insight, this can really help us in figuring out where we want to go, or what we want to do, or what needs fixing, what needs changing. All right. But yeah, some of you might be really sticking to traditional values, but some of you might be breaking free from them a little bit, but it's no less of a commitment there, though, right? With that, I also do think that you'll find there resources that you may be needing, that you might be missing. Some of you may be going through some money struggles. Some of you may have you been feeling a little bit unsupported, okay, but I feel that this is coming back together for you. The energy being activated for you in the next month and a half, we've got the Two of Swords coming in here. Now, the Two of Swords can be an energy where we need to make a really important decision. Okay, you might be at a crossroads in your life, in your relationship somewhere, okay, but it can also represent a certain element of indecision. So this is important in the Two of Swords energy to, number one, trust your instincts, trust your intuition. Okay, go within, right? Got a blindfold on. Now, the blindfold can represent a couple of different things. It can represent, I don't need external influences. I don't need anyone else's opinion. I don't need anyone to tell me what to do. Internally, I have the wisdom, I have the knowledge, and I'm trusting my energy, I'm trusting my feelings, and I'm going to make my own decision, the decision that is right for me. So it's a little bit of that rebellious energy that may be coming in there for you, right? But remember the breathe energy. We're meditating, we're contemplating, we're going within. Okay, so the answers are within you. Deep down, you know what you want, you know what you need, you know what you need to do, you know what you need to change, right? And this can really set you up. So be confident in your energy. But this can represent, we've got a crossroads here, right? Do we go left? We go right? What direction do we want our relationship to go in? Maybe you're looking to move, right? Do I move in with my person? Do we move to the same house? Does my person move in here, right? If we're looking to get married, what does that look like, right? So you might just be making plans, and you may have a lot of decisions to make in the next month and a half or so, right? So it's important to be flexible and open in that energy, okay, no matter what decisions that you're making, because sometimes we do look at things as left or right, of black and white, of yes or no, but quite often there's like a hidden answer somewhere in there. Okay, there's, the gray area, right? And so sometimes it's not just black and white. So we do need to be a little bit more open and receptive in there, okay? But the Two of Swords, just a heads up, it's not all bright and shiny, okay? It can represent where we need to find balance, okay? We need to balance, we need to cooperate, we need to communicate, and we may need to compromise. Gray area, okay? But this can also represent, especially that blindfold, that there's something important that you need to deal with, but we've put the blinders on, okay? We're not ready to look at it. We're not ready to deal with it, okay? But this is probably the month ahead where you're going to deal with it, all right? But we have an important offer on the table for you. We do have the Knight of Pentacles, an offer of commitment. Perhaps someone's giving you some sort of engagement ring or something like that, okay? The Knight of Pentacles can be where we have improvements in our money, improvements in our home. It is moving forward. The knights are always on a quest. They're always on a mission, okay? And this is moving forward, all right? Granted, slowly, because the Knight of Pentacles pays attention to details, but puts one foot in front of the other, one day at a time, okay? And is very, very committed for the long term. But it is a slow growth. It is a very painfully slow energy sometimes, although the Knight of Pentacles is very positive. So grounded, practical steps moving forward. Perhaps some of you may need to embrace a little bit of patience in the next little while, okay? But I do think here that there's something very positive for you and something that you've manifested into your world, the Eight of Wands. Okay, so this can be the energy here where first we take things slow and then things speed up. This might be where you do get some sort of gift or offer that comes in here and it's exactly what you wanted. Some of you might be paying out some money and you might be going on a trip. Okay, we've already said that. The Eight of Wands can be a card of travel, as can that Three of Wands, right? First, we're preparing for travel, we're making plans, we're ready, and then here we're actually taking the action. Okay, so some of you could just be having a little bit of fun in the next little while. You might be planning a honeymoon or just maybe a destination wedding. That might be interesting for you, okay? But the Eight of Wands is quite often some really positive communication, some really good news. This is also where we're actually, with the Knight of Pentacles there as well, we're taking our time to figure out what we want, what we need to do, or where we want to get to. We're setting goals, we're setting intentions, and then we're taking action. So we're not being impulsive. We're not doing things that we're going to regret because we are taking that time first and then we move forward, right? So very wonderful energy there. It could also be a very busy month for you coming up, right? The Eight of Wands is a very exciting energy, very passionate, very fast-moving energy, though. So things may speed up for you. Things may move quite quickly. You might be faced with some issues along your path, but here you can overcome them in leaps and bounds. All right, but you may be very busy. The Eight of Wands, we've got a lot of things on the go. Okay, and I do feel that there's really positive things going on, but we do have the Fool coming up for you as well. This can be travel and adventure, right? We're going out and we're having fun. We're having a good time. This could be where you've got some relief. The Fool does bring about the next phase of something. It requires a leap of faith. So maybe some of you are jumping right into something with both feet, and it's something very exciting, and it's a big old yes with the Fool. Okay, but it's important to pay attention to some details and maybe ask some questions, because the Fool card, even though it is very positive, very bright and shiny, okay, can be a naive kind of energy. All right, and if you look at this Fool card here, he is facing to the left, and to the left tends to sometimes reflect the past in certain circumstances. And so in this one here, it's like we're ready to move forward in leaps and bounds, okay, but we're just taking that little step back first, just to do a little bit of a double check, a gut check there, and then we move forward in this energy. All right, but I do feel Fool is something very exciting here for you, and it might be something small, it might be something just really kind of fun, right, a quick little getaway or something like that, okay, but it can be that's bigger energy there for you. Jump right in, take that leap of faith, okay, or really showing you that the next stage of development of your relationship is here for you, okay? It's opening up for you. Those doors are open, and it's exciting, something to celebrate. All right, now your challenge position in your month ahead, we've got the Three of Coins. Oy vey. Okay, the Three of Coins is an energy of creation. Okay, we're paying attention to details, we're rolling up our sleeves, we're working together, teamwork, collaboration, and we're laying the foundation, we're building a path, okay? And we can see the results of what we built. But sometimes working together can be a little bit of a challenge, or sometimes what we're putting together may need some revision. And if we look at this, right, we're laying a pathway, the beautiful tiles, right? But look at this one here. They're not quite lined up, are they? So it might need a little bit of revision. So the Three of Coins in your challenge position may be that we're making progress. We're laying the foundation. We're laying the brickwork here. Okay, we're making plans, but we do sometimes need to pay very close attention to these finer details. And if something doesn't look quite right, we take that step back, we make some tweaks, and then we move forward yet again. So for some of you, there may be something here that does need fixing. But again, we've got the mending energy, right? As long as we recognize what does need to be resolved. All right. Now, the Three of Coins can represent, wonderful, some third-party energy in your challenge position. Now, a third party doesn't mean cheating energy. I mean, we'll see what else we get coming up here, okay? But I don't see anything like that here, okay? Not so far. The Three of Coins, a third party may be a person around you. We already mentioned in-laws a little bit earlier. It can be friends, can be work, right? The Three of Coins, you're working, okay? So there's some external influence that may be causing a little bit of challenge in your relationship in the next little while. And it might be a money issue. It might be a career issue. It might be how many hours you're working and there's no balance in my life for fun. Okay. It may be people, right? Those in-laws, those friends that want all of your time, right? So there may be something here with people that you do need to work through. Okay, but there could also be a little bit of a challenge here that you may need to seek out someone's advice, okay, someone's support. You may actually need to pay for that, right? So if you are, if your relationship is at a point where it's salvageable, right? You've hit a bump in the road, as a lot of relationships do. You've hit a bump in the road. There's a little chink in the armor, okay, and, you might just need a little bit of help to get things back on track. Okay. And so with the Three of Coins, you could be seeking out like a marriage counselor or something like that, some neutral third party that can maybe help you learn something, because the Three of Coins is a card of learning as well. And we also have higher level learning with the Hierophant there also. So, sometimes by having a neutral third party, we can find ourselves in a safe space to talk about things. Maybe they teach you how to communicate with each other a little bit better, right? That kind of thing, because communication is very important. All right. And so, you may need to spend a little bit of money, but this can really help you, okay, to get things back on track. Because there is ultimately love in the air. We do have the Empress card here, okay? 2 threes. So maybe you feel a little bit creatively stuck. We've actually got a Three of Wands here as well. So maybe you are trying to create something, create a life, create, some love, okay, all that kind of stuff. And maybe, there has been just something that's been a little bit slow going for you here. Patience, of course, is a virtue, as we see with the Knight of Pentacles. Always need patience with the Knight of Pentacles, okay? But the Empress card is ruled by Venus. And Venus has been in retrograde. Okay, Venus is now direct. We're still in a little bit of a shadow period, though. Venus went direct September 3rd. Okay, so it is still newly direct. All right, and so maybe you have been struggling financially. Maybe you've been finding it challenging to find the resources, the people that you need, even as well. Okay, and maybe there's been a lack of time, right? So usually the Empress card ruled by Venus is love and fertility and growth and abundance and all these wonderful things in your world. And so maybe there's been a little bit of restrictive energy there. Okay. But I do feel that there is some opening up of energy for you coming up. And this can really help you out. But this can also be because the Empress card does represent love, right? And with the Three of Pentacles, about creating things, and the Empress is very fertile energy. Some of you, maybe you've been, there's a burning question on the table. Do we have children, right? The Fool can represent, youth, right? So, maybe you've been talking about starting a family, blending your families together might be a challenge. Meeting someone else's kids might be a challenge. But if you've been trying to get pregnant, let's say, this can represent here that you've been trying to create something and it's been very difficult for you. And so with the Three of Pentacles, you might need to pay out something or do something a little bit differently to make that happen for yourself. It is here, so there is potential for that. All right. So let's say like a fertility specialist or something like that. You might need to do something like that. Just do something a little bit different. Okay. It can be a little bit of a challenge. Perhaps some of you do want to start a family or add to your family a little bit. And the Empress card here shows that it's a possibility. But with the Three of Pentacles, maybe you feel as though it's not the right time, or maybe there's like, some money struggles, right? That you might need to work through before that. Okay. But there is love here, a lot of love here, a lot of abundance here, a lot of potential here with the Empress card. It's just that, we might need to just get something back on track, might need to just open up communication, right? And some things can work out for you. And we also do have the Page of Cups here with the 10 of Wands. So again, for some of you, children, family, starting a family, adding to your family, all of this stuff, it might be a bit of a challenge. The 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands in your challenge position when it's already a challenging card, no word of a lie. This is like really hard, right? A really difficult situation. So if you have been trying to get pregnant, Page of Cups with the Empress, pregnancy through and through. Okay. So this is where, have been some great difficulties in doing that. Okay. But I do feel here that there is a potential to turn the page, to turn over a new leaf, right? And to maybe like do something a little bit different to be on track. But with the Page of Cups and the 10 of Wands there with the Empress, I do feel that maybe there has been some challenges within your relationship. Might have been money, might have just been love that's been a challenge, right? Breakups and shakeups sometimes happen. Okay, there's also a little bit of a waiting game. That's been an issue for some of you. All right, because the Page of Cups is quite often like something that we've been dreaming about, something we've been imagining. Okay, something that we really want to happen. We're open to it, right? And, we kind of want someone to pop the question. I got a fish popping out of the cup, right? Quite often as a little surprise. It's like something unexpected or something that you want and, you've been dreaming about. So quite often the Page of Cups is like, like an expression of love, expression of emotions, right? That kind of thing. And can also be like, hey, will you marry me? That kind of thing. Or, hey, I love you. Let's just go elope. Or, because the Fool card can represent really jumping right in with both feet. So perhaps there's been something that you've been waiting for and it's causing you a little bit of stress here with the Ten of Wands, and you're like, oh my goodness, is this going to happen? Because there is a lot of creation here, a lot of growth that's available for you, right? In that Page of Cups, maybe you're starting to think, I've been hoping for this for so long. I don't know. Is this really going to happen? Like, maybe it's like, I really want this, but I don't know. Like when pigs fly, this might happen, that kind of thing. So, but I do feel that there's a possibility here of something opening up for you in a very, very positive way. Okay. But the Ten of Wands can represent, there's a lot of responsibilities, a lot of burdens. Okay. And this really is an invitation, especially with the Empress card here, an invitation and a reminder for you to take care of yourself, take care of your own energy. Perhaps you've been putting your energy out there. You've been taking care of children. You've been taking care of the family. You've been taking care of your person. Maybe your person's been acting like a child. Okay, that can happen there as well. And you're like, oh my goodness, come on. We need to get back on track here. But with the Ten of Wands, it is an element of stress and responsibility. And quite often we are reminded with that energy to really have a look at our situation. Are you taking care of everything in this relationship? Are you holding on to all of the responsibility, right? Do you look after the kids? You take care of the money. You take care of all the chores. You take care of the house. You're the one that making social plans and all this kind of stuff. And is your person, even though they might be a good person, is your person skating on by like this Page of Cups, like the Fool without a care in the world? And in the meantime, you're stressed right the hell out. Okay. Time to put up boundaries, time to delegate some responsibility, right? Time to take care of yourself, your energy, your needs, okay, and redistribute some of that responsibility, right? There's no reason for you to hold the weight of the world on your shoulders and to do absolutely everything. A relationship is a partnership, right? And if you can't share things, if you can't both do things together, and if someone's, just having a good old time, but they're not willing to commit or knuckle down a little bit, okay, then maybe you are reevaluating something here, or maybe that's something that you do need some advice there to work through. All right. So yeah, that's a challenging one sometimes. All right. But delegate responsibility, but take care of your own energy and your own needs there with that Empress card, right? It is commendable and wonderful that you help people, or that, you're capable of handling a whole bunch of things, right? But you do need time for yourself. Okay. Otherwise we build resentments. Right? So take care of your own needs, practice self-love and self-care. All right. But I do feel here that if you've been waiting for something, I think there might be a little bit of a surprise headed your way in the next little while. But we do have the Eight of Swords coupled up with the 10 of Coins here. So if there's been some restrictions in regards to money or family, anything like that, then I think things are going to get resolved here. The Eight of Swords is quite often where we do feel restricted or trapped and stuck. Sometimes there's something where we are actually quite free to speak our mind, to do what we want, but we sometimes, can kind of get a little bit wrapped up. We overthink, we overanalyze, okay, and we're self-restricting ourselves, okay? So perhaps you're showing some restraint with your family, okay, with the 10 of Coins. All right. And sometimes we do need to show a little bit of restraint when we are getting together with, with our friends, with our family, with our children, right? We do kind of hold ourselves back a little bit, especially if there's certain things that you want to say. So for some of you here, you're showing a little bit of maturity, a little bit of growth here by not speaking your truth necessarily in that family setting, if it's going to not have a good result, a good outcome. You might not want to ruffle any feathers. But I do feel here that if there's been any restrictions, or if you've been feeling a little bit closed off, Eight of Swords, I feel like here there is resolution, right? The Ten of Coins is a wonderfully abundant energy. This is our family. This is our friends. This is our home. This is where, happy home, happy ever after kind of thing. We're having a good time. We're feeling better about things. We're feeling like we've got all our resources, all our needs met. And this is for the long term. You might even have someone that helps you out in some way with the Ten of Coins. It is quite often a card of inheritance. And we can inherit a lot of things. We can inherit money, values, talents, but we can also get some wisdom that's handed down to us from family as well. All right. So I do feel like here there is a sigh of relief coming in here for you guys. Okay. And wow, we've got the Eight of Swords again. Okay. So Eight of Swords on top of the Eight of Swords. Okay. So we need to look at what is holding us back or where we feel restricted. And it's time to face our fears. It's time to resolve our issues, and it's time to get things done. You might be feeling a lack of confidence to be replaced by confidence. The Nine of Pentacles. Now, the Nine of Pentacles is an individual energy, but it is also one of where you've worked really hard, and now it's time to enjoy where you're at, enjoy the fruits of your labor. This is where maybe you do something nice for yourself, okay, so that you can feel really good. Now, perhaps in this energy, because there is a call here to take care of your own needs, okay, and to do something nice for yourself, and maybe even to do something independently of other people. Maybe you feel as though you can't talk about it, or you don't want to get it out in the open because there might be some, judgy people somewhere around you. But with the Nine of Pentacles coming in here, you don't care anymore. You're like, I know who I am. I know what I bring to the table. I know what I've worked hard to achieve. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident. My fears are alleviated. In the Nine of Pentacles, right, we've got this golden bird, okay, and she's tamed that bird. And that bird represents birds. Birds are lovely. Birds can represent freedom, freedom of restriction, freedom of anxiety, freedom of negativity, right? All of that kind of stuff. And so we've tamed and we've alleviated our fears. So there may be something here that maybe has really been bothering you, okay, but you're overcoming it. You're more confident. You're squashing your fears and anxieties, and maybe you're even facing them in this energy, right? So you're feeling a lot better than where you are, but you're also taking care of yourself, right? Very confident, very wonderful energy with the Nine of Pentacles. All right, but we also do have the World. Now, the World card with the Ten of Pentacles, there could be some sort of celebration, some sort of gathering, all right? And this is your overall outcome energy by the end of October, or maybe even into the beyond, because this is what's all being activated for you. So for some of you, it takes a lot longer to play out, okay? So you could be making some plans. Maybe you're in the spotlight here. This can be weddings, anniversaries, right? Something coming to a close for you in a very positive way. The World card is the end of a cycle, but it's a successful completion, a successful end of a cycle, and we're ready to step forward into our new chapter, right? What comes after the World, we go back to the Fool, right? So this may be where you are planning your own celebration. Okay, maybe you're moving in with your significant other, maybe you're moving to a better house, but this can also be where you've got those gatherings of people, right? Quite often the World card, success and abundance flows your way, but it's also where we do have like a party. We've got a celebration here. So this can be an anniversary party. This can be a housewarming party. This can be, well, planning a wedding, maybe, right? That kind of thing. But it's something where we do have that big gathering there, and it is fun. Okay, so maybe this is like, I don't know how I feel being in the spotlight, but I feel like here you'll work through that. Okay, but the World card does show things coming to completion, finding closure, and we're ready to step forward, however that looks like to you. And we're excited about what the future holds. This brings expansion, this brings growth for you, and this certainly does bring some very happy vibes for you guys as well. All right. So let's see what else we've got out of here. You've got some really great energy, I've got to say. Okay, I mean, yeah, sure, there's a few things to work through, a few maybe discussions to have, But I do feel here that wherever you put your focus, it starts with the focus, right? With that Ace of Swords, I do feel that wherever you put your energy, wherever you put your focus, okay, you are going to achieve what you set out to achieve. However things play out, they're going to be what is the best for you. All right. So we have surrender your addictions. Whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. Okay, very important. We also have surrender defensiveness. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out. Then offer a clear, non-defensive response. Can we say dealing with in-laws, dealing with children, putting up boundaries? Yep. And surrender to the magic of who you are. I love this one for you. We all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that comes from just being you. Remember that. 9 of Pentacles. I'm going to leave that there for you folks. I hope there was something here for you guys. If there was, please do me a favor and please hit like on this video, subscribe to my channel, and if you're inclined, leave a comment in the box down below. The YouTube mysterious algorithm really is just a recommendation system, so the more people that hit like and subscribe, the more YouTube will recommend the videos to other people. They did some changes a few months ago, and man, oh man, has it really destroyed a lot of people's channels. So I don't know what they did, but they did something. So anyways, so if you're so inclined, if you wouldn't mind doing that for me, that would be wonderful. But I thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a fantastic month ahead, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.